Welcome back, everybody. It's great to have you here on another Wednesday, a What's Up Wednesday. If you are just joining us for the first time, I am Michael. We've got producer Tom here in the room as well, and he is responsible for that very cool intro we just saw. Hopefully you saw it if you joined us a little bit early. That was a very neat sort of intro animation that we had. So I'm very excited to talk to you again. We are getting very close to Halloween now. So we've only got this Wednesday, next Wednesday, I think, and then the Wednesday after that is going to be after Halloween. So we're going to be talking all these Wednesdays and maybe more after that, who knows. But goal here is just to chat with you, say hello, tell you what I've been up to, but I also want to chat with you guys on the computer here. So I know if you joined us last week, we had some technical difficulties. I know there were a lot of lagging issues in the beginning. Hopefully we've got that resolved. You know, we had tried some new equipment for the first time. We got rid of that. It just wasn't working for us. So we're trying another one this week. It's our first week trying it. So hopefully we won't have those technical difficulties that we had last time. But before we get into everything, let's say hello to some of the early birds that have made it into the room. It looks like we've got a number of people, but if you want to shout out, be sure to leave us a comment there. We had Dragon Lord Hollows, hello there. Mom Approved Haunts. Taylor W, it's been a minute. Yes, it has. Let's see, Nightshade Butterfly, first time chatting here. Well, welcome. If anyone else is a first time, well, I don't know if it's your first time on the channel or just chatting, but, you know, be sure to let me know. Wolf Grind, hello. Jasmine Floyd, it's Tuesday the 31st. It's Happy Halloween. Yeah, it's a Tuesday this year, which I don't know how I feel about that because I think we do the Halloween party for the neighborhood. It starts at 5 o'clock and, it's a Tuesday. So people who are working makes our party a little less active, I think, than it could be because people haven't got home from work yet. But that's the way the time that the neighborhood wants to do it. So that's what we do. We start the party at 5. They go trick-or-treating at 6:15. And then it kind of, at that point, it gets pretty dead in my neighborhood. So it ends pretty early. And then I start tearing stuff down when it gets to like 8:30, 9 o'clock. Last year we had it down pretty early. I always try and take down my entire front yard display the night of Halloween. So before I go to bed, the whole front yard is just empty. It's, of course, then goes in the garage or in the basement or in the backyard and sits there till February. But, for Halloween night, it's like magic. A lot of stuff appears that day. It's gone that night. And the neighbors want to know what happened. All right, Dragon Lord Hollows is back. Just giving shout outs again to the early birds in the chat room. Desiree, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that last word, but hello. And, Huggins since 79. Welcome back. Let's see. Look at you getting good at lives. Well, I'm trying my best. I think this is our third one. So we're trying. Mom Approved Haunt says that this is the first live one that you caught. Again, welcome. See, if you join us, you get those shout outs. So welcome. And then, of course, Joe's Guitar Shop. I think that might be, let's see, did I catch everyone? Oh, Janice. Hello, Janice. NJ, is that NJ or New Jersey? I don't know. We lived in New Jersey for many years. We went back up there, of course, for the Spirit Halloween opening. It was just like going home. The traffic is insane, and I completely forgot how bad that can be up there. Halloween Haunts, hello. And I think that's it for everyone so far that wants to chat. So I thought we would start our show, I guess. We'll call it a show. With some pictures like I did last week. I think last time we tried that the poll with the questions. We're just going to drop that. It didn't do well, and I don't think we want to waste time with that. Let's just jump right in to some pictures. So Tom, if you could bring it up on the screen. Of course, there is Tom as well, and me. We went to Netherworld this week, but we'll get to that in a moment. So we went to a children's hospital. Tom's work put that on, and it was an event for obviously children in the hospital, and there were a bunch of tables set up. This is Tom's coworkers. I brought the decorations, so I got to tag along, and it was a lot of fun. So you may remember that pumpkin archway there from my previous displays. I'm going to be putting that back in my display again this year. And of course, that big inflatable spider. There we go. I actually really loved the way this turned out with the spider coming out of the archway. I thought that was a really good backdrop. All right, I'm going to try and keep up with the comments as we go. Oh, Tom says I can zoom in. So producer Tom, there we go. So you can see us zooming in, but let's move on. So this was our table. Again, there were a bunch of different tables. We did one, well, Tom really did it with cookie decorating. It was actually very popular. We were a little worried we were going to run out of supplies of decorating, but we managed to have enough. Tom actually did this plate as an example because we weren't really supposed to bring in anything that was like homemade, even though this was kind of prepackaged. We just sort of decorated it. But Tom did it. And this little tray with that little house here, little gingerbread house, took like 3 hours to make. Actually, one kid took one of them off the tray, and that was fine. But most of them made their own with those little cookies there, you know, the little kits that you can buy in the store. So they actually kind of looked really good. I was kind of impressed with the ones that Tom did, but I don't think... I don't know if you can hear Tom off on the side, only kind of. They looked really good, I think. They did not taste really good, though. There was our display again. More cookies. There we are. So you probably watched my video this week. I know I haven't put out as many videos nearly as I thought I would recently. Just going to try and pop up these comments as we go. So thank you for the lovely decorations. Jasmine Floyd in Las Vegas, Dragon Lord. Also loved that display. Anyway, so I haven't made many videos because I don't know why. It's just timing has been horrendous. It's been hard to keep up. I did a lot of decorating this weekend, and I'll show you that here in a minute. But we did the cat inflatable, so I just kind of wanted to bring that back up as something we did this last week. So I'm thinking, you know, this is where it's going to be in my display. Off here on the right, I'm going to have that winged cat, if you remember that from one of the other walkthroughs. And I think I've got another cat or two that we'll try and squeeze in there. And then underneath here, where we have that fan I complained about in the video, I'm probably going to put one of my toxic barrels there, because you know how I love decorating with those toxic barrels. And then maybe that two-headed rat that we have, we'll be poking his head out of there, shooting his fog. Right, he's a little fogger from Spirit, I think he was. Anyway, let's move on. All right, so we went to Netherworld. All right, but before we get to that, Huggins since 79 asked, do you leave your lights on your trees year round? I think they look really nice. So we have regular landscape lights on a lot of the trees. I mean, I used to just take little colored discs and put them on them. That was really easy to do before we got all of these Stella or Nova Stella lights that we've been putting up. So, you know, right after that video, I took them down because that was one string. They were all attached, and I had to run the string across the driveway to be able to put it up on all the trees. But we do have a number of them that we will probably put out up there for Halloween itself. Just not yet. I think this weekend I'm going to be focusing on the lighting. Last weekend I kind of focused on decorating the garage, which we'll see again in a minute. All right, you're waiting for that stilts review. So, all right, here's my plan in my head. I don't know if I will get it done, but I'm going to be doing an inflatable review, which I'll show you again here in a second, probably to go up on Friday. And then Saturday, I'm going to, or Sunday, will probably be Saturday, that ice cream clown animatronic. I'll be doing a review of him, and then for Sunday I'll probably try and get stilts up. So those will be my big 3 more reviews before Halloween. All right, it's a neat giant cat, but why did they put why is it they put the top fangs in the cat's mouth? Okay, let's go take another look. Oh, touch screen does not want to work for me today. I've got ghost fingers, I guess. All right, there we go. So I see what you mean. They are like in the mouth, but I don't know how else you would have done it, right? It's a weird inflatable. If you saw the walkthrough video, like it has a really flat face and that jaw really sticks out. So they did what they did, right? I think though, for the price point, it was $150. I don't think I said that in the video, but I think that is kind of a good price for such a giant, imposing inflatable, considering what you can get for $100 is a lot less. Okay. We are going to go talk about Netherworld, I guess, next. So we did go to Netherworld. It's in Stone Mountain, Georgia. It is about an hour from our house, a little less. And it is hard to explain. They had two different haunted houses, which we got to go through. There we are standing in front of this sort of entrance character. I think he was an inflatable too, which is kind of crazy. This is kind of a video, sorry. I didn't start it in the right spot, but it kind of gives you an overview of when you walk in through the gates. You had that big monster inflatable, but they have lots of oversized skeletons, which were kind of cool. There's the line, which can get really long if it has to go all the way back there. I think we ended up waiting in line for about half an hour or so, but they have timed entries. So we had it for 8 o'clock. Didn't realize, even though it has a sign up there, you can kind of see it that shows what time could enter at that moment. But actually, further times could have entered as well, so you could get kind of closer to the front of the line, and then they had like a separate line for each time. I think that's probably about all that was in that video. So there's the line again. Oh no, that's the same video. Sorry, I'm not doing too well here. But anyway, so the line wasn't too bad with the timed entry, but I think all in all, we were in and out of the experience in about an hour or so. There were the two haunted houses and a little midway, but this is, again, it's the entrance. They had all these fun little characters and these giant skeletons. I love the look of this guy popping out of this coffin, and he was humongous. I really wanted this clown inflatable for my display. Could you imagine? It was so creepy. Love it. Just Tom in front of the horror sign. So once you actually went into the haunted house, we weren't able to take any videos, but it was an amazing haunted house. The first one anyway. It took, I don't know, do you know, Tom, how long would you say it took us to walk through it?
At least 20 minutes.
Like 20 minutes to walk through the haunted house. We're so used to going to Universal where you get, 5-minute experience at most. So it's pretty exciting. The only thing, so like Universal houses, right? They're all very thematic and they tell a story, and I love that about them. This haunted house, very different. It's kind of tells stories in little chunks, but it just keeps going and going and going one after the other. And there's not really an overarching theme that I could tell. I mean, I think they had some sort of the collector character, so I think they were trying to bring it all together somehow, but I didn't get it. But they had so many really neat animatronics. The displays were so over the top, really neat special effects. So I'm kind of torn now. I don't know if I like this sort of haunted house better. Just the amount of immersion in it, like every scene that you went into, anywhere you looked, it was just stuffed with amazing details. And yeah, you get real close to like everything, and you walk right up to it and around it.
Sometimes it hits you.
I'm saying sometimes it hits you. I don't know if you can hear him on the side, so sorry. But yeah, it was great. I really loved it. And I did want to actually talk to you guys as well to see if you had any recommendations for local haunted houses. Obviously, not just here in Atlanta, Georgia, but around your areas, because I think I might try and explore these next year. Go to all these little fun haunted houses. I know a lot of the ones here in Atlanta area also do them for other holidays. Like there's a Christmas themed one, and I've seen a Valentine's Day massacre one. We might try and do those in the future videos. That'll be kind of fun. All right, let's see. Just another video. So once you went through the first big haunted house, they had this sort of like midway area between the two haunted houses where you could get food and drinks and whatnot. They had look, you can see that ghost thing from the Home Depot this year. I think that, it's just looping now, I think. Cobwebs and Candlesticks is here. I don't think so. He pointed out one of his creations is in one of these displays, and I think I got a picture. Oh, there it is. I think that's his creation, which is kind of cool. Standing right next to an outhouse. We didn't dare open the door, but you could see like through the little slit in the outhouse that there was something in there. But this is just kind of decorations, a lot of photo ops between the haunted houses. It was amazing. Like here's a photo op with Tim and these zombies. So you stick your head there like you're getting eaten by the zombie horde. That was kind of fun. Another one where he is getting his revenge on those zombies. Then the second haunted house was called Cryptid Chaos. Now that one was more cohesive in the storyline about I don't even know how to explain it, but it was very kind of sci-fi, and it was pretty neat. All right, there was a small sort of walkthrough experience, and I think this is the video. Hopefully you can see it. So this wasn't part of the 2 haunted houses. It was just kind of a little like mini side decoration thing. It's kind of neat. I haven't actually watched this video yet, so I don't know if you can see it, but we're gonna watch it now and see. But like you could walk through this little shack that had some, again, photo opportunities. So there were like creepy chairs there that you could sit in and get your picture taken. And I think this is going to be too dark for us to really see.
iPhone.
What was that?
You only had an iPhone.
Oh, yeah. So we were just filming with the iPhone. We didn't have real camera equipment. They actually don't let you bring hardly anything with you. They were like even dictating, if you bring an umbrella and it's raining, it has to collapse down to like less than a foot. They were very strict on that, but I was pretty impressed. Look, there I am, getting my own little photo out there behind whatever this is. I don't know. All right. While that's going on, let's see if there are some more. So Huggins since 79. There's one between Morgantown, West Virginia and Pittsburgh, and it's intense. All right. In Falls River, let's see, the haunted house here is the Factory of Terror, which has been around for over 25 years. There's another one called the Asylum of Horror, but that one's been long gone. So actually, that's a good point. This Netherworld has been around since the 90s. I was kind of impressed by that. That's probably how they've collected all these amazing props, and they just keep adding to them year after year. Have I tried Adam's FX hologram projection with a screen? So, no, I haven't. We've done a bunch of projections. I haven't really done the screen one that kind of makes it look like a hologram, but we project in the window here behind me quite frequently. And I need to do that because it's time to decorate. So I did start a little bit with the decorations outside. I'll put that off. So let's see.
Super chat.
Oh, sorry. Producer Tom is pointing out I got a super chat. I've never gotten a super chat before. Well, thank you, Mom Approved Haunts. That is amazing. The Darkness, Lamp Brewery, Creepy World are great ones by me. I've been to that. We got to fix our screen. It kind of gets cropped off there, at least in mine, what I'm looking at. You might be able to see it all. I've been to the Darkness, and it's similar to this one, St. Louis, Missouri. So we go through St. Louis all the time because my parents live in Illinois. Hello, Mom. I know you're out there as well. So we'll definitely check that out sometime. And thank you so much for that super chat. I'm going to have a drink for that. Thank you. It's just iced tea today. I have thought maybe I should get some sort of new wine to test out with you. Like last week. Was it last week? I think it was. But then I thought, that's probably a bad habit to get into. So we're drinking tea today. All right. Anyway. So this was kind of me testing out the garage so far. So you remember this Funhouse inflatable? I only used it the very first year it came out, which was several years ago. I had that up at the end of my driveway on that little parking pad I have, and had Pennywise sticking out through it, and I thought that was kind of neat. So I'm going to use that as the entry into my garage there, and you can see I hung up my Step Fried Up sign there on the right, which I'd originally intended to have on that side wall right there, but I didn't want the Funhouse inflatable to block it. I think it works pretty well where it is. So remember that giant orange inflatable pumpkin I have is going to be off to your right from what you're looking at. So I think it'll kind of fill up that little gap. And then on that balcony right above is where that Stilts clown is going to be overlooking the party area. So inside, I started putting up my walls and brought out Pennywise. I still have to add his balloon there. So this was the backdrop that we made, or that we saw from Party City a couple of videos back. And so it's only a 65-inch tall backdrop, right? So we added some of this bottom wood backdrop looking material to kind of make it look like maybe they're behind a fence or something. And then you'll remember that guy in the bottom corner. I got that sort of great thing free when I bought a different animatronic from someone on Facebook Marketplace. They were giving it away. It had some sort of creepy woman in there. Well, I just took that clown face, again from Party City, and just stuck it right on top of that face of the woman. And I think it works really well. I'd originally intended to put it over the doorway, but we kind of mismeasured things and things got kind of wrong. So he is down there now. I actually had intended to build little walls around the doorway and these clowns, so it would kind of like be in its own sort of kind of mini room as you walk through to get to the door. But we're foregoing that. So I have the green, what do you call them? Tablecloths from the Dollar Tree, the plastic ones that we put around it to kind of give it a little stage presence, I guess. Compared to, sorry, I know this is kind of a dirty picture too, compared to the rest of the red and white walls, which we'll see again in a moment. So a couple of clowns, we're going to talk about them here in a minute. Here was another stage. Again, I had planned to build a little stage for him. Didn't get around to doing that. I'm not going to have time. So again, we just sort of framed him with the green plastic, which I sprayed with that green glow-in-the-dark paint so that it will glow under the black light as well. And then I'm going to put something at the bottom to kind of shield the cutoff of that photo backdrop that has the curtains on it, like a stage. I'm very disappointed in that as well because I had a frame for a 5x7 backdrop, but the backdrop, which was labeled 5x7, is really only 5x6.5, so it didn't fit. And it is what it is. But I think I'm either going to put some plants there in those pots to kind of shield, block that, or I might put some other little inflatable pumpkins there. I'm not really sure. In this corner by the door, I had intended, this is where my drink station was going to be, so that you'd have to kind of pick your drink out of the cooler right in front of this big, tall, creepy clown. That's that towering clown that I got. But I kind of like the way he towers over the cotton candy girl there. So I probably am going to leave him there. And I think in that last picture over here, we're going to put that cooler in one of the other garage corners. I did end up putting those black light clown posters up. I think I got a better picture of it there. Kind of get an idea of what it looks like with the red and the white backdrop. So I'm going to make that look a little bit better. I've got to like attach the bottoms with some clips so they don't look like there are gaps here and there. But this is actually pretty convenient because we've got the workshop behind it and you can easily go through the curtains to get to the back sides of it. I just think it looks pretty fun. So I also bought this blacklight reflective tablecloth and I was really excited by it, but you cannot tell in the packaging that the top of the tablecloth is not this pattern. So I didn't realize that. And I'm actually not mad about that. I can't zoom in enough to see, but it actually has little tickets. It's like admit one tickets on as a pattern on that white portion. So it kind of works in the theme of my circus. And then in the middle of the floor, I'm going to have my highboy tables with those centerpieces we talked about in the last video. Of course, I brought out my ticket booth to put out in the back or on the side. And I just put this guy in here for reference. If you remember, I have him over here, could show you, but he can actually sit on top of something, so he'll be a little bit taller than he shows in the picture because he looks a little small right there, which kind of disappoints me. But I think when he's sitting on something and his fabric in his outfit kind of lays down a little bit, it'll look a little bit better. Plus, it'll be hopefully a little dark and people won't care. But that brings us, I think, to the end of our picture journey. So let's check in again with some comments. It looks like I've missed several. All right. Wolfgrind wants to say hi to the man behind the camera. Hi, Tom. This is something I see in a lot of comments. So his name is not Tom, and don't be upset. It's Tum, T-U-M, but everyone calls him Tom. So I think it should be his second name, I guess. Is that Germs? Will you be live streaming your Halloween party this year? No, I hadn't thought about that, but we are going to be doing our What's Up Wednesday the day after, and I'll give you the big rundown for that. Hello, Sugar in the Raw. Guitar Shop was correcting that Atmos FX. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. All right, looks great. Thank you very much. So, is wine your go-to drink at Happy Hunting? So, I mean, I don't drink too much. Tom doesn't drink at all, really. So, but I do enjoy my glass of wine when I can. But I'm really an iced tea guy. All right. I went to an event in Missouri, Witch's Night Out. They have this harvest wine that's made with apples, very delicious and cinnamony. So if you remember my 2 videos ago on the What's Up Wednesday, I had that apple cider, hard apple cider, right? Which I'd never had before because, again, not much of a drinker. I really liked that. That was good. I'm probably going to get that some more. All right. Sweet tea. I can't drink the sweet tea anymore, but I like it. Aldi's has a blueberry wine. Ugh. So I know my mom's hiding around here somewhere, and she loves those sweet wines too. They're good. I'll drink them when I go home. All right. The motor and the blow-ups never last. Do you ever repair them when they fail? So I have swapped one before. So I've taken one off the props that I don't use as often and just swapped it with one. I can't remember why I had to do that once, but I did do it once. Other than that, no, I've never tried to actually repair anything. I'm not even really sure I could do that. All right. Zazu Pits, hello. Haven't talked to you in a long time, I think. I'm fine. And how are you, Tom?
Hi.
Tom says he's fine. All right. Let's see. If you remember that picture, love the clown in the grate. Would have thought it came that way. Yeah, I was really surprised how well just putting that simple picture on it just made it work perfectly. I was contemplating doing something with the hand, but you can't really see, so it doesn't matter. Backdrop looks good. I'm not thrilled with the backdrop, but it is what it is. In fact, not really thrilled with the whole carnival theme. It didn't quite come together in reality as I kind of envisioned in my head. A lot of it just went wrong. I'll probably do it again, not next year, of course, but sometime after that, and we'll see. Okay. Again, not a fan of the clowns. I don't blame you. I wasn't planning to do clowns per se, but kind of just turned into that. It's just so much easier, except when you have some bad props. So let's take a look at some of the props that we bought and saw in the last video, I think, and then I'll show some of my new ones. So I want to show you some of the things I got, but you remember this guy from last video? Let's bring him up here. This was the clown that was in that toxic barrel, and he just kind of wiggled all around. Well, his head now is broken. So I tried hot gluing it back on, but it's not strong enough to keep it up. Oh, well, oh my gosh, is it working? Oh, it kind of worked there. I'll have to ask Tom if he can fix him, but I was very disappointed. Very disappointed overall in the Haunted Hill Farms garbage that they sell on Amazon. He wasn't that great to begin with, but now that he's broken, I'm just irritated. The other clown that I got, you may remember. Oh, from Lowe's?
The store brand at Lowe's.
Is that the store brand from Lowe's? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I think you're thinking of something else. So this guy was the other one that we looked at in the last video. And remember, I bought him as well. I got him and he didn't work. Well, I went and bought another one just so I could swap them out because it was too late to return him. And he works now, so I thought we would see what he does. Let's turn him on.
That's it. Come closer. I've got something for you. And it's not a balloon. Go ahead.
Oh.
Run away. I'll just catch up with you later. In your nightmares.
That's creepy.
I know someone in the chat
Hey!
is going to have some comments.
Maybe it's because I've been hiding under your bed.
Said,
Oh,
right, enough of that. Okay, well,
Right this way. The show's starting. We never dream of starting without you.
all right, I think that was probably the last one. Let's see, does he?
That's it. Come closer.
Yeah, okay. So those are his phrases. Of course, he does have the weird pointy hand for some reason. So I had him in my ticket booth, I'm using it, so he's pointing that way, like go that way. But that was this clown. He's very loud. I don't like those props that don't have the volume control on them, of course. I'm not even sure I'm going to have him on. I might. I don't know, because he's going to be kind of off on the driveway. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. But I will definitely, probably, try and cover up his speaker so that you don't hear it. But let's see, there's got to be some comments about this. So aside from the one there, let's see here. It's looking good. Back to the garage, that is. The tablecloths really make everything pop. So I did that last year with the purple and the black. I thought it looked a lot better last year. I didn't, because doing the whole garage, last year I only did like a wall of it. Doing the whole garage, obviously, you're paying for every one of those tablecloths. So I tried to be a little cheaper this year and go like every 18 inches for one, whereas I think the year before was more like a foot. And I actually last year put them on pipes as opposed to this year I just stapled them to the wall. So I think last year it ended up looking a lot better. But I'm getting to that point where it's getting slowly toward burnout, and it's like, just finish. All right. All right. You need a few pallets for your clown stage. Yeah, we have a pallet. I've never gotten into that whole repurposing the pallets thing. I'm just not that handy, I guess. Where are your pirates going? So the pirates are in the kitchen. If you watched my walkthrough this year of the inside, you'll see them. They made an appearance. I try and keep things different every year. So I haven't done pirates inside before, so that's what we did this year. Oh, producer Tom needs a mic for his commentary. It's hard to hear him. Sorry about that. We briefly talked about giving him a mic, and he said no, but we'll see. Hello, CJs. Nice to see you. We all like Halloween too. Mom approved Hans. So, whoops. I don't know if these things are clicking right. So don't feel too bad for Tom. People get your name wrong too. Can't just leave us hanging there. What is it? What's your favorite animatronic in your collection? I think I've gotten this question every show that we've done, but I don't even remember what my answers were. I don't really have a favorite. I think in one video I said it was the Pennywise because he's just so creepy. Actually, no, that's a lie. I kind of like the Headless Horseman guy. He was one of my very first animatronics I got, and he's so versatile. This year I put him in my downstairs bathroom, my guest bathroom. He's kind of popping out of the closet door, and I think he's just scary. There's something about Headless Horseman I love. He's probably my favorite Halloween character. It's been a while. So nice to just how Tom was for me. Thank you. Well, you're very welcome. All right. So love you, Zambi. And Haunted Hill, probably only good for static. Yeah. So I use a lot of my props as just static props as well. Oh, wow, I didn't hit refresh, and now we've got a whole lot of comments to get through. All right, I'm not going to go through every single comment now because I don't want to bore everyone to death. But let's just see. Yeah, who comes up with these voices? I think we're going to take a look at this guy here in a moment. I feel like he might have the same comments, as a matter of fact. So the black and the white, that's what actually really drew me to this character too, is I loved the black and the white effect of him. And then of course he's got that little red streak in the front. He was just so dramatic and theatrical, which I thought was kind of good for my circus, because he's not just overtly garish with the colors. Keeping my circus elegant, I guess. Let's see. All right, cobwebs and candlesticks. Hello. Don't know if you saw, we did the walkthrough of the video of the Netherworld. Looked at your prop earlier today. Let's see. So, yeah, this was a question we were going to talk about. Just got here, so perhaps you've answered it. I don't think I did, but how far along are you in your outdoor displays? So, we just saw the garage, obviously. That was my big project for last week. I've got stuff ready to go outside, but The rest of the outside is a lot of inflatables. There's a few animatronics with the cemetery that I'm going to put together, and maybe my mausoleum needs to go out still. I'm not sure if I'm even going to put that out. And I don't like to put all those inflatables out too early because, I don't want them to kill the ivy or whatever they're sitting on. We don't have any grass in our yard, but, I'm kind of curious for all those that do put those things out so early in the season is how does it affect your yard? So I'll probably start putting it out this weekend, just to have everything ready. My goal is to kind of get everything done this upcoming weekend, and then next weekend on Saturday, hopefully, we'll get all the lighting finished and do a video walkthrough, and I'll have that up for Sunday of next week. So that's my goal. I don't know if it's going to happen, but we'll see. All right. Does Tum have a favorite theme? Tum, do you like anything Halloween?
Can you, sorry.
Talk louder.
Should I use the mic?
All right, Tom's going to get mic'd up so he can answer that. So we'll come back to that in just a moment. All right. Oh, well, Mike and Tom Lover, hello, we missed you. Where were you? We gave everyone shout outs. You weren't here. I was very upset. So I've always loved creepy clowns. Good choice to add them this year. I have that three-faced jester. I've got him. But haven't put him together. What do you think of him? So he's creepy, and he was actually going to be the centerpiece of my garage display. I was going to build a little stage for him, and he was going to kind of be the animatronic in there. And then suddenly, somehow, I have all of these animatronics, and they're everywhere. And it's kind of like my garage threw up clowns. Anyway, Tom, are you all mic'd up? What's your? Oh, let me put it back on the screen. All right, what is your favorite theme? Oh, Tom's going to come be on camera now. All right, let's make some room. Producer Tom.
I don't know. There's, I don't think there's a particular theme, but really impressive, huge ones, huge displays are really cool. And I think I am not interested anymore unless I'm scared. It's just not fun. I have to be scared and get that adrenaline. So I don't know what theme that might be. Just scary themes, I guess. Not clowns, and not funny. Oh, not Chucky. I didn't like Chucky at all, but so hopefully that answers the question.
All right. I was waiting for Auntie Vera Charles out there to make some comments about your liking them big. But let's see, what else have we got going on here? All right, so where's the zombie horse? So I was, if I can get it to click. I'm not good at the clicking of this computer for some reason. In fact, it still didn't click. All right. I think, there we go. Sorry. Technical difficulties. So the zombie horse, if you remember that, I love that zombie horse. It was I think they originally retailed it for like $300 on Home Depot, and then we got it on clearance one year. It was off season. I think we got it for like $75, and it's so impressive. But remember how I said, when I take stuff down after Halloween, I'll throw it in the back and then eventually get it all put away. Well, that sat outside a little bit too long, and it lost some, not any of the big parts and pieces, but like one of his eyeballs kind of like disappeared. I don't know where it went. I'll have to, if I want to really display him, I'll have to find some way to make that up. But it's not too bad because it has one of those little light up eyes, and that little light bulb kind of looks like an eye, so it doesn't bother me too much. And I think now his tail is kind of falling off, like the fur has like pulled off of it, and it's kind of like a little tube for a tail. So it needs a little work. I didn't put him out this year. But I can't really display him. Well, I like to display him with my Headless Horseman guy, and my Headless Horseman guy is inside in the basement, or in the guest bathroom closet, waiting to scare everyone. So maybe next year he'll make another appearance, but not this year. All right. How many trick-or-treaters do you get every year? So again, with the neighborhood party, everybody comes to my house, and then they all leave to go trick-or-treating together. So most of the neighborhood kids are all gone by 6:15, and then we get them filtering in from like the neighboring neighborhoods, or the late trick-or-treaters. So there really aren't that many. I should have brought them up and showed you. I made some trick-or-treat bags this year, and I stopped at 90, which if we gave away 90 would be something. I'm guessing we'll probably give away legitimately like 40, 45. And then, you know, at the end, we're giving people lots of bags, and some people take lots of bags anyway. But, you know, I'll have to show you next week. I stuffed those bags. So it's a little candy bag that's all filled with candy and goodies. Mark T says, I love your Halloween decorations. Thank you very much. Okay, so I do have a cool channel, don't I? You should be hitting the like button right now. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. All right, so there were a couple other things I did want to show you too. So the other clown that I got is right here. You can't really see him because he's a little too tall. Let me see if I can pull him off the stand. So he is the one, remember I had the other green clown with the broken neck that's going to be popping out of my barrel. I didn't want that just to be standing by itself, so I got this guy to stand by him. He's got this green drapey cloth that kind of looks like the toxic goo. I'm going to spray paint it with the green glow-in-the-dark spray paint, so in the garage it'll glow under the black light. But let's go ahead and see what this guy says. Let me see if I can. Oh, he's got a little button. At least we can press it and see.
Oh, did I scare you? Good. You taste much better when you're scared.
All right, so it's not the same phrases.
Right this way. The show's starting. We never dream of starting without you.
Actually, that's a good phrase. Maybe I should use this guy in the ticket booth.
That's it. Come closer. I've got something for you. And it's not a balloon.
That's the one I remember. Did the other guy say that too? It's kind of creepy in a kind of creeper sort of way.
Go ahead. Run away. I'll just catch up with you later. In your nightmares.
I think that's the first one that we heard too, right? So I think that's just it, just the three phrases. So I don't remember who makes this one. It's not Haunted Hill Farm, I don't think. At least that's not who the seller was. So let me see if I can get this guy to go back on his stand and put him away. He's one of those that has this stand though that kind of sticks through the legs and like it's very visible. I hate that. It drives me insane. I like his shoes though. Those are kind of fun. All right. So that's the clown. And then the only other thing I got was, I think I told you about this in the last video. I can't remember if I had it then or I just bought it. All this stuff blurs together. But this is the inflatable hearse that I got from Spirit using my 20% off coupon. Don't buy anything there without it. And I did actually kind of want to point out something too. So remember the children's hospital that we went to? Spirit Halloween actually did an event there the same day that Tom's company did. So put a little damper on our display, but I don't even know what they did, but they left racks of costumes, brand new, costumes for all the kids to pick from, and there were even adult-sized costumes as well for their parents, and I thought that was amazing. So now I feel guilty for not donating when they ask, would you like to donate to whatever it was? I never really paid attention. Probably have to do that in the future because I was really impressed with that level of generosity because there were lots of costumes. It was amazing. Anyway, so I got my hearse and I am going to put that in the parking pad this year along with our other cars. Usually I do some sort of display up there, but I've gotten lazy this year and we're just going to do parked cars, including my Ecto 1 that we got. I've used him in several displays so far. I just kind of wanted to compare boxes. I just pulled this one out of the closet earlier. It is 14 feet long, I think. No, this one's 14 feet long. I think that one's like 16 feet long. So this is a little bit shorter. It says on the box 14 feet, and it doesn't say how tall, but I seem to remember something saying it was like 4 feet tall. So they are not hugely realistic looking cars, but they look like a car. So that's kind of fun. And I always kind of wanted hers. I feel like I can use this in a lot of future displays as well. Whereas the Ecto 1 kinda, if I didn't use it in my parking lot theme this year, it pretty much needs to go with the Ghostbusters, right? But your hearse can go with a graveyard or my drive-in movie theater, I guess that one could too. Lots of things we could do with it. So pretty excited about it. We are going to be doing, so I'm going to try and probably get that review up on Friday. And then the other two clowns, I said like Saturday and Sunday. That's my goal. I don't know if I will actually achieve it. We'll see. All right, let's see. A couple more comments before we go. I've got not a lot left to talk about, I guess. Let me check my book here. Oh, costumes. So let me know, what are you doing for costumes this year? I've been so focused on my display. Tom usually gets inspired and picks costumes early. I haven't done anything. Most years these days, I don't even dress up at all, except for a t-shirt that will kind of go with the theme of whatever I'm doing this year. But I don't really want a clown face on my shirt, so I'm not really sure what I'm going to do for a circus theme. I definitely am not dressing up as a clown. So if you have any thoughts, let me know. I'm not sure. What are you dressing up as? Let's chat about that for a second, I guess, before we go. And are you still decorating? So, like I said, I've got a lot of work to do this weekend. Getting exhausted, looking forward to it to be done. So is Tom, I think. He's getting a little tired of my decorating. But how are you doing? Are you kind of a last minute guy like me? Because like I do most of my display just for Halloween, right? I don't leave it up all season long. I usually have something in the window here that kind of leads up to Halloween. I haven't even done that yet. But I have put out my pumpkin army, and that's really about it so far. Everything else, like we've seen in my videos, I do for the video, and then I put it away, and then I'll bring it back out right before Halloween. So, costumes. Anyone have any costume suggestions, or let me know what you're doing? Let's see what people are saying. All right, let's see here. I think they might be the same. They might have been. I'm not really sure. Talk about those clown voices. I can't remember. Auntie, you're going to get me in trouble. Let's see. What does this one say? When the demos go... Oh, you scared at me. Silent. Well, see, I'm trying to think. Like, there's a lot going through my mind when that thing's playing. Like, is there something I need to say about what it's saying? Because, like, that's the first time I actually listened to that clown. I thought it'd be more fun to do it on camera. So I was like, what is he saying? And then do I have to remember, did he already say that? Is it already looping? I've got a very bad short-term memory, so it's hard to remember things and keep track. So you do caricatures at Six Flags. Oh, and you do a children's hospital event. Good for you. So many drawings. That would have been fun to do. Caricatures, if we have an artist. Do a Halloween reaction to my house. So I did that a little bit. Was it last year? I started doing haunt reactions, and I would like to do that again. Might have to do it after Halloween though, but I'm going to try and do some Christmas or holiday themed videos this year. I already have, that giant pumpkin inflatable. I have a giant Santa coming, so we are going to explore that right after Halloween, and I'm going to have that in my yard. I'm going to wait at least until Thanksgiving is over, but the day after Thanksgiving, things are going up. We'll see, maybe. Let's see. Should be a carnival barker. So I've thought about being a ringleader. That costume is easy to get online, but I don't know. Maybe we'll see. So I want to be something like that has a robe, like Ghostface or Grim Reaper. I remember one of the very first costumes I bought myself was a Grim Reaper-ish costume. And it was, of course, one of those one-size-fits-all. But I am not the one size that fits all. And I was so disappointed because, like, the robe came down to, like, my mid-calf and it just didn't work. It was so disappointing. Do a striped shirt. I'll probably end up having to do that. Or the Ringmaster. Maybe I will start looking into that Ringmaster costume, but it's getting late, so I'm going to have to do that pretty soon. So Ichabod and Katrina. That's a good costume idea for a couple. I love the Headless Horseman story. I've done that. Like I said, I've had the Headless Horseman for most years. I did an actual Headless Horseman theme in my living room a few years back that I really loved. I took that zombie horse head and put it over my mantle like a stuffed deer head or something over my mantle. I loved that. It was great. And I will probably do a Christmas haunt. So, all right. I think the comments are winding down. So I think I'm going to do the same. Oh, I guess they're popping. Still. Right. So I think Tom's getting ready to click that button. He's like, I want to go to bed. So maybe we should start wrapping this up. Let me just see if there's a last minute comment that we need. Oh, this is a good idea. Pretend to be an animatronic, then chase people when they're least expecting it. I've actually thought about doing that a lot, especially when I had the ghosts going up and down the driveway. It'd be so easy just to put like a little sheet on, pretend you're a ghost, and go after them. Okay, well, last one. I don't know what Mike and Tom Lover is angry about, but I'm sorry. We'll try and make it up to you next week. So that's going to do it for today. I want to thank you all for joining me. I had a lot of fun this Wednesday, and we're going to do it again next Wednesday. So if there's something you want to talk about, give me some idea suggestions, and then we'll do that. And then I guess that's going to be it. Before we go, I did want to say a special thank you to all the patrons who help support the channel. If you're interested in joining our Fright Club, you can check out the link to my Patreon page, which actually is not going to be in the description below, because we haven't done that yet, but it's in most videos. So I did want to thank you guys so much, and thank you again for that super chat. That was amazing. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. So that will do it for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. Until next time, take care and happy haunting. And bye from Tom.